In the last 20 years, Tzuji's environmental stations have spread from Taichung in central Taiwan to 17 countries all over the world. As well as helping clean up the environment, the stations are community gathering points for elderly residents and places where many lost souls have turned over a new leaf. Today, Tzuji is taking environmentalism into the home by encouraging people to reduce and reuse, as well as recycle. There are now 5,000 environmental stations worldwide, but on the 20th anniversary of Tzuji's conservation mission, its focus is shifting.
我们现在开始要有这样的理念哈，环保哈，清净在源头。要安怎清净在源头呢？咱知影讲哈，开始迄个保特瓶呐，它很干净，装的呢是矿泉水。 也是很干净，咱爱来去把咱的会员宣导一下啊！拜托您吼，清气的管啊吼，啊你是不是该收好啊？累积落来吼，阮什么时阵来收啊？唔通吼，互伊把垃圾去，这就是保持干净。
This woman uses her laundry water or the water left over from washing rice to clean plastic bags, so they can be stored at home without creating a smell or attracting bugs. Starting in their own homes, volunteers ask their neighbours to wash and sort items into up to 20 categories, helping environmental station volunteers work more efficiently. Clean plastic bottles make higher quality fabric. That's why at the 2010 World Cup, 9 teams wore uniforms made from recycled PET from Taiwan.
Sorting PET bottles and throwing out the unwanted things produces the purest raw material. In the production process, the raw material turns out to be the most important factor for quality.
Volunteers apply the same principle of recycling and reusing the Earth's resources to kitchen waste. At the Tzuji Taichung grounds, there's a kitchen waste recycling room where leftovers and scraps are processed into compost and liquid fertilizer. Meanwhile, at the Banqiao and Sanchong grounds in Taipei, kitchen waste is turned into organic soil for growing fruit and vegetables and clear and odorless washing liquid. At the Da'ai farm in Gangshan, children from nearby Tainan Tzuji Junior High School bend their backs in the field to get their first experience of planting vegetables. In Tzuji's Hualien heartland, the Jingsi abode is fitted with wind, water and solar generators.
Mother Nature's energy is all around us, and none of this is high-tech. It can all be used locally by anyone with basic knowledge of physics and mechanics.
Another way to cut back is to ride a bicycle, restore your old clothes to make a new outfit, or take reusable eating utensils with you wherever you go. Cutting back on waste at the source starts with you and me, which is why Tzuji's recycling stations are turning into community environmental education centres to teach the next generation about changing habits to make the world a better place. Exactly 20 years ago this past Monday, in a speech at Xinmin Vocational High School in Taichung, Master Zheng Yan urged the public to begin recycling. The audience responded well, and soon an environmental station was set up at nearby Liming New Village. It was the first in now over 5,000 worldwide. Even though the original station moved location, every afternoon community residents in Liming still get together to recycle.
When the Liming Traditional Market closes at 2 p.m. and time for the Tzuji recycling station to open for business, local residents come to do recycling punctually without ever needing to be reminded.
If you get here late, there's no work for you. Everyone's vying to take part because it's fun. Sometimes we work quietly, sometimes we chat and tell jokes, but we work very hard.
On August 23rd, 20 years ago, Master Zheng Yan gave a speech at Taichung's Xinmin Industrial High School, rallying people to start conservation work. The very next year, the Tzuji founder gave another environmentally oriented speech at Liming New Village, and it was then that Jian Sujuan promptly began her recycling work. Jian injured her hand a month ago, but that hasn't stopped her from doing her favorite hobby.
I believe that there's a future for the earth. Master Zheng Yan walks her talk, so that's why she's able to get the campaign going.
I'm a Cichen, so recycling work is naturally my duty. This is the master's ideal, and we come and do it as much as we can.
Liming New Village was the beginning of Ciji's environmental mission. Ciji volunteer Chen Juanchai donated her land for the recycling station and works to keep the community clean just like she does her own home.
Everyone thinks the same way. As soon as your living room becomes messy, you would get down to clean it. Everyone will do so. That's just how we work.
In less than an hour, the recycling work here is complete. For 20 years now, conservation has been part of the Liming community life, a commitment each sees as worthy of their every effort.
On the topic of Ciji's environmental commitment, in our next story, we go to Caotun in Nantou County of central Taiwan to meet recycling volunteer Chen Hongqin. She first began collecting recyclables using an old pram, but that soon proved to be too small for the job. Chen then bought a tricycle, which has served her well for the past decade or more.
Chen Hongqin is up before 7 a.m., wrapping herself in sun protection, heading into the streets on her tricycle. Riding along at her own pace, Chen Hongqin makes a stop when she spots recyclables. Her journey is thus frequently interrupted, but she is happy with the morning's bountiful harvest.
We should help others if it's within our power to do so. Don't question poor people. They never wanted to be poor. If we have food on our table and have a healthy body, we should help others.
Loaded with the salvaged goodies, Chen Hongqin takes them home to separate into different piles. This cycle repeats several times a day until she retires in the evening.
It's not tiring at all. We're more than happy to do this, so we don't feel tired from the work.
Chen Hongqin's diligence in keeping the community clean has rubbed off on others. Her neighbors always set aside recyclables for her.
She's recycling for Ciji. Ciji is great, so I'm giving my cast-offs to her.
In her joyful devotion to conservation work, Chen Hongqin has moved her son, Chen Guojing, to also join the volunteers' ranks. At the Caotun Ciji Liaison Office, Chen Guojing has been trimming the hedges for many hours now. The work has left him completely soaked in sweat.
It's hard work and very sweaty too, but it makes me happy, just like how my mum feels in her work. My mum has a big influence on me, which is why I joined.
They're neither commissioners nor Cichen, but they're very supportive of Ciji's cause and are willing to give. It's really moving.
On the Ciji path, Chen Hongqin and her son walk closely together, sharing a life that is infused with love and goodwill.